You are watching This Wholehearted Life, and I'm Amy. And today I'm going to take you thrifting. And while we're thrifting, I'm going to tell you a little bit of a story. And at the end, I'm going to show you what I got today. That's why it sparked this story today. So I'm going to show you all around the store. And then at the end, I will share with you what I got. And it will all come together and why I told you this story. So stick around. I can't wait to show you what I got because I was very happy and very surprised. All right, today I'm going to take you around this Goodwill and just show you different little treasures that I find. And it's a pretty good size Goodwill, so I spent maybe about an hour wandering around, and I'll be sure to show you everything. And while I do, I'm going to tell you my story. Okay, before I tell you my story, I really had to show you this Singer sewing machine. I don't know what era it's from. If you know, please tell me in the comments below. I didn't get it. I think they priced it around $80, and I don't have a use for it, but I thought it was absolutely beautiful and so special. And I think it's cool that I'm going to tell you a story about when I lived overseas in France, because I don't know who donated all these gorgeous flags. If I had anywhere to put them, I would have bought every single one of them. But again, I don't have a specific use for them, but I love all things international. And so they caught my eye for sure. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys my story now. Because the story comes up because of the items that I came home with. So when I was in high school, we had to decide what language we wanted to study. And because my older brother was studying French, I chose French. But also because I absolutely have always loved French and all things Paris and all things Frenchy. And so I started studying French in high school. And when I got to college, I knew I wanted to continue those studies. And so I majored in French and loved it so much. I have a French degree, and part of my studies of French, I decided to also study overseas, and my college had a sister city and program in a little tiny town called Limoges, France. So my sophomore year of college, I went over there and spent time studying. And I'll tell you a little bit more about why that's important in a second. So when I was in France, I was in this little town called Limoges. And one thing I remember about my time there, and it's a very walkable little town and with a center city, and then they had this beautiful cathedral there as well. One thing that was unique about the cathedral is behind it, there were these grounds where they would have like flowers, just a garden area. And one thing that was really special is that surrounding the beautiful flowers would be broken porcelain pieces. And I remember one in particular, it was like all purple and just really pretty. And what they do, so if you aren't familiar with Limoges, is there is a porcelain plant in Limoges that produces Limoges porcelain. And so the factories, I guess, if things were damaged or broken or chipped, they would take their pieces and then they would put those around these flowers. I don't know if they still do this all these years later, but I remember when I was in college, that's what they did, and I have these special memories. So, to be continued, I'm going to tell you a little bit more in just a second. So, this is it, guys. I stumbled across an entire set of Limoges porcelain. I've never found it before when I've been out thrifting, and just on this random day in a random Goodwill, I found all these porcelain pieces that were made in the town that I lived in, and it just was such a special moment. It just has made me reminisce about that time in my life and the special friends I made, and just a really special time, so I wanted to share them with you. Stay tuned to see what I brought home. On this particular day, I had to go to a town about an hour away from us, and I was doing something at the county office, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take a few minutes and pop into the Goodwill that wasn't too far away. So I went in there. I wasn't looking for anything particular. Sometimes when I'm thrifting, I've got something or someone on my mind. But on this particular day, I was like, I'm just going to add it on to my schedule for the day and pop in and see if I can find anything. And boy, was I glad I did, you guys. So by this point in the video, you've already heard my story about why this is significant to me. But I'm going to show you 2 sets. This I actually got on a different day, but I wanted to show it to you. It's this piece right here. And I'll be honest with you, like, this isn't actually really, it's kind of a girly print, whatever. I don't know that it's really my style. And it's even like a little, the shape of it and stuff, I'm not even sure what I'm going to, you know, what you would practically use this for. If you know, like, what's it for? Some mints, some little teeny pickles. I don't know. What would you use it for? I don't know, but I didn't care because on the bottom of it, it says France and it says Limoges. And so again, I have told you the story by now about why Limoges is significant because I studied in France there. And I actually lived walking distance to where the Limoges porcelain was made. And so it's always meant a lot to me. I got this on a thrifting shop not too long ago. But then, so I had got this, I think I paid like $4 or something for this one, around that. So on this day, when I was in the town about an hour from where we live, I was not, like I said, I wasn't looking for anything in particular, but I came across this set. It's very dainty. It's got some like little gold around it, and it's got this little lavender flowers. And this one's just a little tiny shallow bowl, small size. And again, it's hard for me to show you on the camera that it says Limoges. I'll try to insert maybe a photo or something so you guys can see it. And you see I paid $3 for this. And then they had the whole set, you guys. And it wasn't expensive. Like, I could have just gotten the whole thing, but I'm like, practically, I'm probably not going to use them. And so I'm always holding at tension, not wanting extra in my home, like having extra in terms of management. If you guys watch The Minimal Mom, she talks about that everything you bring in your home. 2 things she says that I won't forget is that it speaks to you. So it says, clean me, dust me, fold me, put me away. Like, all the stuff in your house is speaking to you, which is so true. It's always asking something of you. Like these magnets on my fridge right here for my, like, I like things in order brain. Rah, you know, it's always talking to you. So the things in your house are talking to you. So keeping it minimal helps your brain to relax more, helps my brain relax more. And then also, everything you have in your home is inventory that you are managing. So you're having to put it away. It's on your to-do list to do this or that to it, to clean it, to donate it, to, like, there's always something in your house speaking to you. And so I've learned from The Minimal Mom on YouTube to those 2 things. So, but I love to find special items. And so there's that tension in me of like keeping my house low inventory while also having a few things that feel special to me and tell my story. So this is what I did end up getting 4 of these like little, almost like dessert plates that I thought, oh, I got 5. No, I got 5. I got 5 of them. So I thought, like, having friends over and having a beautiful cake, you know, to slice and put on here for some kind of special event. And again, they do say Limoges on them, and I have no idea if it's going to show you. And Limoges may mean nothing to you, but Limoges, it may. If you know Limoges porcelain, will you make a comment below that you know about that and how special it is, and that they have limited patterns and things like that. But I got 5 of these, and I've been keeping them in my hutch that, again, I keep promising you guys that I'm gonna make a video about, that has a very special story. So stay tuned for my hutch video. But anyway, I got 5 of these, and then this just little bowl thing, shallow bowl. So Limoges means so much to me. So it was very sweet for me, because when I lived over there, I was super young. I was a sophomore in sophomore in college, and so I didn't have the value for keeping things like this. So I bought 1 piece the whole time I lived there, and so it was nice to find some kind of after the fact. And I will keep these and treasure these, and they kind of, again, tell a piece of my story. They tell a piece of who I am, and that's why I got them. So I was very thankful on this like non-planned thrifting moment to find a few special Limoges porcelain pieces. Thank y'all for hearing my story today, and not just thrifting with me, but hearing about my college days and how special France and that time in my life was, and just letting me share a little bit about living in that little tiny town of Limoges, and then today getting to share those very special pieces that I found while I was out thrifting. It was such a surprise, such a bargain, and just a few pieces that I can treasure to remember that time in my life. So thank you for coming with me and hearing part of my story. And I would love to know where you're thrifting, where you live, and where you're tuning in from. And I would love for you to come back. And would you consider subscribing if you like content around finding special things for your home that tell your story, if like thrifting, vintage, antiques. If you like that kind of content, will you come back and watch with me again? And I will continue to share other videos about thrifting. And our family grew through adoption, and we hopefully are going to be building a home this year. So I have lots of stories to tell, but I really hope you'll come back. I have thrifting videos right now. I'm doing them every single week. So I hope that you will come back and enjoy those with me. I'll see you in my very next video. Have a great day.